Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's Elliot Brown here in the Essex Business Radio studio. I've got another one of these very exciting, very compelling shows, C-19, How We Deal With It, where I talk to people everywhere about how they are dealing with COVID-19, Corona, whatever you want to call it, how it's impacted their lives and how they've had to pivot and change what they're doing. And any advice or tips they may have for you guys out there in your business or your personal life. And today, a friend of mine Danbury, here in Essex, just down the road, is James Leighton, who is in IT in London. How you doing, James?
I'm very well, Elliot. Thank you. Thanks for having me on today.
Yeah, you're very
enjoying the sunshine.
You're enjoying the sunshine, are you? That's the main thing.
Yeah, it's thankfully I sit out in the garden and go out for the walk when I'm allowed, as you are. So get some exercise. But yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad, but could be better, obviously.
Good. Well, listen, there's a few bits we want to go through here, and you know, thanks very much for coming on and doing this with me. I know that you wanted to come on and do a show with me for a little while, and we haven't managed to get that to work. So listen, let's start off with the fact that you said in the notes that you sent to me that you're living back home with your parents to help them out right now because of obviously you know, what age are your parents, if you don't mind me asking?
My mum is 74 this year. My dad's 79 this year. So yeah, they're in the high vulnerability bracket, if you like.
Yeah.
And
how is their health?
Mum's generally good. A few obvious problems, arthritis and stuff, but generally she's up and active and does a lot of gardening. And she did a Zumba this morning and on Zoom call and stuff like that. So I had to set that up for her. Dad, on the other hand, he's got vascular dementia,
right,
and COPD. So he's
what's COPD?
Very high risk. It's a respiratory. Condition.
Right, okay. So in a proper risky bracket there. So
high risk, yeah.
So you're going out and doing the shopping and bits and pieces like that, are you?
Yes, I am fully face masked up. We've got there's a farm shop in Bicknaker that we're using at the moment, trying to keep it to local stores and not use the high street big shops because they'll survive. It's the smaller companies that we're using because trying to support the local community and use the people local to us because they're the ones that are going to suffer the most. But they're doing well, which is good. So there's always a queue of people. So but you're allowed one in at a time, and at the moment we now sort of pre-order the food so it's ready. So but yeah, I'm going up with my mask on and gloves and everything. So.
Oh, right, okay, good. So you're all masked up, gloved up, going out doing the stuff, and then sort of having a cleanse when you get back. Well, listen, you know, a big
Lots
love
of
to
singing happy birthday. So.
Big love, yeah, singing happy birthday. Yeah, we still doing that one, are we?
I don't know. So you do sit there washing your hands. I do a lot. You know, if anything comes out of this, at least everyone's going to be a bit more hygienic, hopefully. So.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot more coming out of this than just hygiene. I think there's a lot of big shifts, a lot of big changes, which I think are a big positive to what's going on right now. Listen, tell me about your work, James. I mean, you've got you work in London, you work in IT in the insurance industry, right?
Yeah, that's correct. But I went through an episode of mental health and suffering myself because of many things that I won't go into detail. But I was signed up for work, and I was off for 6 months, and then I was getting better, and things have improved. But obviously, then this C-19 things come along, and I can't go to work even if I wanted to at the moment. My company are all working from home, so I'm going to be in talks and speak to my bosses and that if they need any help and if I can do anything from home, because it's going to be a bit hard for them to set me all back up. But it's another conversation I need to have. But yeah, it's you know, it's just another curveball thrown at me for everyone that we've got to deal with, haven't we? So
yeah. So and so how was, I mean, when you were improving, you're feeling better, you're starting to sort of come out of the sort of darker hole, so to speak. When this did come in, I mean, how did you feel? I mean, when this came in, did this then sort of push you back? Did it knock you down again?
No, no, it didn't actually, which is you might find surprising. I think because I have an entrepreneurial background like yourself, I've done several businesses, and because I was already on the sort of program, if you like, of self-development and watching the videos, staying and focused on positive mindset stuff, and making sure I was active in being present in my environment wherever I was doing
Yeah,
CBT counseling and everything like that. So because I was already back on the up curve and my mental strength was improving, it didn't knock me down because I just carried on doing what I was then doing with my listening to my positive videos, listening to my mindset stuff, reading the good books and things like that.
hmm,
And as we discussed earlier, there's two ways to look at something like this. There's obviously it's exceptionally bad, and people are dying, and this is horrible, and it's far bigger than I think anything that anyone thought it was going to be.
of course.
And those of us that are grateful and thankful that haven't got it and will not get it and move forward through this, God forbid, um, or God willing, sorry. There are so many positives to take from this. I think just having the chance to sit back in life and allow life to slow down a little bit, to analyze things, to be grateful for the smaller things in life, to to be able to hug your loved ones, to see your friends, to go for a beer. The smaller things in life people should appreciate more when they come out of this. And I hope so. There'll obviously be lots of people that will go back to the day job that they hate and carry on moaning about it, but there'll be so many more people that come out of it with a renewed vigor for life, I think. And I think that's going to be a massive positive, and I hope that continues for a long time.
Yeah. So you're looking forward already at sort of getting to what is going to be the new normal. What are you doing to sort of prep yourself for that? Are you doing anything in particular? I know if you're into the looking at sort of positive mindset videos or sort of help on that side. Are you doing a lot of work on yourself at the moment while you've got the chance? So obviously we're all locked down, or you're indoors a lot of the time, or you're sort of isolated away from the sort of outside influences that may well affect you on a mental health capacity. Are you sort of trying to work on yourself a little bit more right now?
Yeah, I carrying on with it, just continuing. But I think the biggest thing for me is I'm actually doing more exercise than I was before.
Right.
Um, we are allowed out for our hour of exercise, and I'm making the most of it. I think for a strange reason, because I'm not allowed out, or you're not allowed out, you've only got that hour. I actually look forward to that hour, and I actually look forward to going out on my bike and make the most of it. So
Right.
I'm not like, oh God, I've got to go out on my bike. I can't be bothered. Now I'm like, right, now I get to go out on my bike. I get to do my hour of fitness. So I did 10 days straight, which is unreal for me. I took a couple of days off because it did, you mentioned about, it did sort of kick off slight anxiety because I had heart palpitations and stuff, health issues before, which was part of the anxiety, which is a whole vicious circle.
Right.
So then after the 10 days, I did kind of feel a little bit dizzy again. So I stopped for a couple of days, but then did a few more days, had to stop. So I didn't do another 10 days. I just done 3 or 4, stop for a day. So, but I still look forward to going out. And even just going out walking, that sort of started with the CBT counselling, and that helped a lot. So anyone else that's struggling with anxiety or anything like that, for me personally, the CBT counselling helped
And what's and
just to
what's and
kind of
what's
be
C what
more
what's CBT counselling?
cognitive
Behavior.
cognitive behavioral therapy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Reprogramming.
licensed practitioners. Yeah, it's just trying to be. make you aware of your thoughts and what those thoughts do for you and what they do against you, and then just going out for a walk and just using different words to say, like I was saying, oh, I should be going down the gym, I should be going out for a walk, I should be going out for a bike ride, and
Yeah.
just changing that word should to could. Yes, I could go to the gym, I could, because then when you say should, then you feel guilty for it and it makes you depressed. If you say I could do it, then you're in control of that decision and you can move forward. So it's your decision whether you go or not. You're not beating yourself up for not going. It's
Sure.
massive. It's one word, but it makes such a big difference.
Yeah.
And me going out for a walk, just going out for a walk, no headphones, nothing, just listening to the birds, being present in the moment, looking at the neighbours' houses, taking in the information, not just walking. And it just makes a big difference. So that's stuff like that, and I think of just making loads of notes and talking to someone and following through on those actions is a massive thing. And even just like tidying your house and decluttering and throwing away all the old stuff, anything that you sort of thought, oh, I'll get round to that one day, or I haven't got time for doing that. And now we have, so
Yeah.
go and do it, because you'll feel so much better. And when you've got rid of all the clutter around you, physical stuff,
Yeah.
always takes up space in your head. So if you clear all the clutter out and take that time, you'll feel so much better.
So it's
Well, I do.
in a strange way. Do you think this has actually benefited you in sort of having to, deal with sort of isolation, but then going, well, I've got an hour, make the most of that hour, and is that and structure your day a little bit. By the sounds of it, you're sort of almost, you sound like you are having a declutter of the mind and sort of physical stuff around you.
Definitely. I've never used my diary as much as I am at the moment, planning stuff in, even like literally like exercise for the hour is blocked in. I've got helping mum with stuff, doing the shopping for stuff, helping dad, sitting for an hour with my dad, just spending time watching, American Pickers or Opal Hunters or something like that, which is actually really interesting. It's just seeing what other people are doing,
Yeah.
but just being present with people, being present, helping mum in the garden, digging out the pond, sitting with my dad when he watches telly, having a conversation with my dad. How many of us, like our parents are growing older, and a friend of mine, God, I feel really bad for him. He's just lost his mum because of COVID-19, and
Really.
now his dad's got it. And I really feel for him.
Oh dear
And
me.
yeah, it's terrible, really, really terrible. And so it's stuff like that. It just makes me more grateful for the fact that my parents are still here. So I'm making the most of that opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
And
I mean,
the fact that I am actually at home and I am back at my parents, I see as a good thing, because I am here to be able to look after them and go to the shop for them and do this and that. And, I've got that opportunity to spend with my parents in their later life.
well, I mean, I'm sorry to hear that about your friend and the parents. I mean, that's devastating. What age are the parents? Were their parents?
Similar ages,
Really?
70s, I think. And I think it was supposed to be his mum's funeral yesterday, but they couldn't do it because his dad's unwell. So I
Right.
just pray that his dad gets better, because that's unthinkable.
Mm.
So,
Wow. Okay. Yeah. That's harsh. And a lot of people are going to be in the same situation. There's a lot of people out there that are going through this, and I know of people that their family members have died of it in the last 48 hours. So yeah, it's the heart goes out to everybody who this is affecting. So
definitely.
and I'm not discounting that at all. I mean, it is impacting everybody's lives in all sorts of ways. Well, what are you sort of doing to keep yourself keep yourself perked up and keep your parents sort of in the right mindset as well? I mean, how do you do that on a daily basis? Of obviously you're sort of helping your mum in the garden and things like that. You're just keeping them busy. You're just keeping stuff going on around them.
Yeah, just joining them in what they're doing, really. Spending time with them, helping them out, doing what I can. Um, yeah, just we have our our hour of game shows that we sit and watch. So we'll all sit and watch Pointless at 5:15 on a weeknight, which we do like. Then we'll have dinner and watch House of Games. So we like the quiz shows. Because I love quiz shows because I still feel it's an education. You're still learning stuff.
Right.
You're testing your own knowledge, but you're also learning stuff that you didn't know, that's why I like about them.
Yeah.
My sister lives in Denver, so she's in the States with her family and their big family. So we talk to them quite regularly again now. Setting up the Zoom call for Mum this morning for her Zumba, so that she'll be doing that and make sure she does that every week. Just keeping them active and my dad's got a little shed and he does pottering around in there with like all his photographs and his slides, so he's going through all of that and getting a bit nostalgic, I think. So but I think that one of the big things I try not to do is sit there watching the news all day. I'll catch a few headlines, see what the latest is, but I don't want to sit there as much as information, because it's I'm not trying to dismiss the whole thing because it's horrendous. But if I sit there and let that come into me, then it's just going to drag me down. Then it will kick off my anxiety, and then I'm no good to anyone. So it's like anything, whether it's I never watch the news anyway before this, because it's usually always just bad, negative stuff. I try and focus on the positive stuff, but we just like go out. My dad will go out for a walk up the road, so I'll go up with him. He doesn't go very far because of his physical condition, but it's 10 minutes of having a chat walking up the street. So I see that as a nice thing. So I just try. It's the little things you become more appreciative of.
It sounds like you are definitely becoming appreciative of the time you're spending with your parents and getting to getting to help them through this stage as well. And it's not easy for anybody. Listen, I appreciate your absolute honesty about what you're going through and how it's affecting you and your family around you. Big love to your parents and obviously your friend as well, and the situation he's going through with the recent death and the illness of his father. So big love goes out to all of you, your friends and family.
Thank you.
And
to you, thank you.
Keep well and keep safe, obviously. I appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on and having a chat with me about this. It's it's a difficult subject, so I can see that it's affecting you in all sorts of ways. But keep positive. We're all going to get through this, and we're all going to be better for it in the long run.
Yeah, I hope so, and I think I certainly will, and many people will do, and I hope they take the positives from it. Everything's either a stepping stone or a stumbling block. So let's hope it leads us to greater things. So thank you very much, Elliot. Appreciate it.
No problem at all. No problem at all. As James Leighton there, a very, very honest, view of how he's dealing with the situation right now. And if you haven't seen any other podcasts so far, then go and check out www.essexbusinessradio.com, where you can find all the links to all the social media and the download for the app. Thanks very much, James. I wish you all the best, and I'll catch up with you very, very soon. Thanks very much for that very candid and real interview. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ciao for now.